I'm Judy Shaw for NYSE Floor Talk. Joining me today is Michael Wu. He is founder and CEO at Amber Group. Michael, great to see you. Thanks for joining me on Floor Talk.
Thank you for having me, Judy.
Now, quick note to our viewers, this interview is for informational purposes only. The NYSE doesn't recommend any investments or investment strategies. All right, so Michael, last June, Amber Group announced a 100 million Series B at a valuation of 1 billion. Now, you just announced the completion of a 200 million Series B plus round, tripling the valuation to 3 billion. Tell me more about Amber's growth in the time between these two rounds, and what are some of your key factors that are driving this growth?
So as you said, we did two fundraising rounds in 2021. At the beginning of the year, we did our Series B, which put the company above 1 billion and officially let us become a fintech unicorn. And then at the end of the year, actually we wrapped it up right before Christmas, we were able to bring in another strategic investor, Temasek, the Singapore Sovereign Wealth Management Fund, to lead our B plus extension round at 3 billion. Now, between the two rounds, fairly speaking, I think the company has grown more than threefold. But regardlessly, I think since the start of our young startup life, in late 2017, we've always been on this blitz scaling and hypergrowth mode, given, by both, what we are building is extremely exciting and fast iterating, and the way we are building is both long-term and, we try to really, be really innovative, build a lot of technology and put our customers first so we can service, them as much as possible. I think, it's really these simple things that has driven the growth of the firm, and I believe will continue to drive the growth of the firm going forward.
Michael, how are you planning to sustain your growth trajectory?
Sure. So I actually think it's in a way, it's simpler than people thought. It's about, keep building the right technology, keep expanding the right technology, and put the right use cases around them, right? In Amber Group particularly, we started by being a institutional focused crypto financial services provider. And through that, because we were able to service what I think were the most sophisticated and sometimes most demanding customer base, right? Really the billion-dollar hedge funds, the multinational corporates, and so on. We were able to build really, I think, a very complete and integrated digital finance platform and all the necessary technologies behind it, right? And once we have that technology, it only became very natural. Okay, we can actually use that technology to bring this institutional grade digital asset services to more customers. And that gave us the next leg of our growth on the consumer end, where, then we built products, we built platforms, and we were able to, deliver our products and services to, the consumer market, right? With our consumer platform Wealthing. And then going further, because now we have the experience and, both servicing, large institutions to everyday consumers, and, kept building that tech stack from the very front end, user interfaces, midware such as RegTech, data engines, to the backend risk engine, security engine, wallet infrastructure, and so on. We actually have the infrastructure to enable and empower other companies to offer digital asset services to their customers. And that gave us what we call the third growth engine, which I think will continue to fuel the company for the next 5 to 10 years, which is our infrastructure business, where now, we are also servicing our customers indirectly, right, through our partners who offer our digital asset services to their customers.
Okay. Now, Michael, the crypto landscape is typically shaped by various global headwinds in the macro landscape. Can you share some insight into the areas or markets that are experiencing the most user growth and how you'll leverage these developments as part of your strategy moving forward?
That's actually a great question, very timely, because as many of us noticed, right, 2021 was a crazy bull market for the crypto markets. And starting from fourth quarter of last year, we started to turn into, whether you call it a bear market or, a cooler market. right, overall. And that really puts, I think, new use cases into the industry. On the other hand, in bull markets, I think trading or speculation, whatever you call it, has always been the largest, or to a lot of the companies, the most prioritized business model in crypto, right? But at the same time, if you look at the average consumer, in terms of mass adoption, the average consumer is not a trader, is not a speculator, but more likely than not, right? Almost extremely likely gonna care about her or his personal finance, right? So I actually think this sort of digital wealth offering, or the ability for crypto to enable everyday consumer or even institution to better deal with their financial wealth, their financial well-being, their personal finance, is a much larger and more sustainable use case than short-term speculation. And only when markets change to the kind of market conditions we see now, companies start to realize that, consumers start to realize that, they don't go crazy into jumping onto the next hot thing, or taking unnecessary risks, right? Rather, they come to platforms like Wealthing, or companies like Amber Group, who provide much more long-term, sustainable, and more, I think, fundamental financial services.
Okay, well, Michael, it's been wonderful to talk with you. Thanks for joining me on NYSE Floor Talk.
Thank you, Judy.